BDN.
World needs more Americans like me and Clyde.
I'll put that noise in the shade.
At one time, they paid us to prove our 20.
That's right. That's American. Me and Clyde, we got it together. Me and Clyde, we got what's going on. Okay, hey guys, welcome. Everybody's welcome on trivia. If you're a commie. But hey, all types are always welcome here. We throw out the questions. If you know the answer, give us your call sign suffix. I'm dedicated tonight and really rededicating to getting people that are not in here a lot on the air. Let's see. Cliff, are you out there? Cliff, YUV? Cliff is on my hit list. N5VLF is on my hit list tonight. Dan, are you out there?
Did someone call?
Yeah, you're going to be on trivia tonight, whether you like it or not.
Well, I'm busy right now. I'm sorry.
Can't be too busy for me. Anyway, let's get this started. We'll deal with Dan in a few minutes. I am looking for new players, though. Really dedicating to new players tonight. Okay, here we go. 1969, ladies and gentlemen, was a interesting year for music. There was a lot of bubblegum. There's a lot of music of, the anti-war movement. All that stuff was going in 69. Let's talk about that year. Dizzy was a number one for what pop singer in 1969? Who wants to start this off with a correct answer? Kilo Tango, Dangerous Don. Who did Dizzy? Tommy Rowe, a bubblegummer from way back. Number one in the U.S. and the USA. Good job. All right, Dangerous Don, here is your second question. This is a gimme putt. In fact, if you don't know the answer to this, you're not a real American. So what was the rock and roll legend that recorded Suspicious Minds? Come on, Don, tell us. Elvis Presley. Real man right there, Elvis Presley. That's correct. Good job. Okay, new player, Honky Tonk Women. A number one hit for what British rock band? Who knows that? George, better know this. Get in here on your horse, George. Well, who did Honky Tonk Women?
Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stones, man, and that's correct. George for two in a row. Here's another one. What American rock band did the song Bad Moon Rising? This is for George. CCR, Creedence is correct. Good job, George. Let's keep going. We're warming up. Yester me, yester you, yesterday. This is a little tougher. Who knows that one? 1969.
Echo Romeo X-Ray.
ERX, Wade.
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder is a choice, and that is correct. Here's another one for you. What band had a number one hit? Wade with Sugar, 1969. Who was it, Wade?
That was the
Archies is correct. Good job on that. Yeah, we had to think about that. Okay, here's one. This is a cool song. Very cool song. Ominous song in the year 2525. If man is still alive. Who did it? Anybody?
Yeah, BDN.
BDN, Steve.
Yeager and Evans.
Zager and Evans. That's close enough. Here's another one for you, who had a top 10 hit in 69. Steve with The Boxer. Tell us, Steve. Come on.
That is Simon and Garfunkel.
Simon and Garfunkel is correct. And here's one more for a new player. Oh, this was a fun song. Israelites. Israelites. Number one for who? Come on, guys. Israelites. That was kind of a one-hit wonder. Anybody dig this up in your brain? X-Ray Golf. You should know this of all people, Bob. Who was it? Desmond Decker is correct. Israelites. What was that song about? Was it about Israelites?
Yes, it was.
Would that be written today, or was that just kind of a unique thing in the 60s?
That was just a regular thing from the 60s.
That's interesting. Okay, two in a row, Bob. Here you go. What singer had a hit with Lay, Lady, Lay? This is for Bob.
Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan is correct. Good job. All right, guys, we are suitably warmed up. This is KE5GGY, and we're going back in history to 1975. The format is do or die. Format is do or die. You get to keep going as long as you are correct. Great barbarian opportunity, though, to knock somebody off the stage, so pay attention, guys. 1975, this American TV writer and producer passes away. Choices: Jack Benny, Richard Conte, Francine Larimore, or Rod Serling. Who wants to answer the question? 1975.
KBJ.
Ed.
Rod Serling.
I think you are correct with Rod Serling. That is correct. Let's keep going. Here comes Ed, trying to keep his spot here on the stage. Of course, you can knock him off if he gets it wrong. Here's a daily double for you, Ed. You can get this for 2 points if you do it without clues. You risk everything if somebody else gets it. So let me know if you want clues. This U.S. spacecraft sets off on a journey to Mars to seek signs of life.
Well, I'm in the middle of my stream, so...
In 1975 to Mars. Daily double if you do it without clues.
I need clues.
Clues are A, Viking, B, Discovery, C, Apollo, D, Columbus. What do you say, Ed?
I'm going to say Discovery.
Discovery, he says. Who wants to disagree? Anybody? Off Victor.
Yeah, I think that is Viking.
Viking, says Rick. Anybody else?
Viking.
And Viking gets it. Golf Victor, you are taking over. Good evening to you. Let's go for a second question. The year is 1975. And again, it's a daily double, so you tell us if you want to go for 2 points, Rick. This man gave up the World Chess Championship because he disliked the term set for his next defense. Who is that gave up the World Chess Championship because he disliked the term set for his next defense? Who was it, or I can give you clues?
Choices.
Anatoly Karpov, or Spassky, Bobby Fischer, or Samuel Reshevsky. Yeah, Reshevsky. Samuel Reshevsky. What do you say, Rick?
One more time with your name.
Anatoly Karpov, Boris Spassky, Bobby Fischer, Samuel Reshevsky.
I think I'm going to go with Bobby Fischer.
I think I would, too. Anybody disagree? Either him or Spassky, and it is Bobby Fischer. I mean, he just had an attitude about everything, and that's correct. Good job. You got 2 points. Let's keep going. Here's Golf Victor Rick for number 3. This city suffered its worst subway crash in 1975, leaving 43 dead and more than 90 injured. Daily double if you want to risk it, or I can give you clues. What do you say?
Clues.
Clues. A, New York. B, Paris. C, Los Angeles. D, London.
Oh, I got it down to about a 50-50 choice. I'm probably going to be wrong, but I'm going to say London.
I think it's not going to be in the U.S. I think you're right. Anybody else want to challenge? Either London or Paris. It is London. Way to go. Nicely done. Golf Victor Rick is in the driver's seat. He's up to number 4. And this is a daily double. If you want to take a chance, and I'm not sure you're going to want to, but let's give this a try and see what we get. Okay, here we go. Sorry, I'm having some computer issues. Okay, here we go, and it's a sports question. So you may or may not want to do this for 2 points. The Pittsburgh Steelers defeat what team in the 1975 Super Bowl? Steelers beat who in the Super Bowl? Daily double if you want to do it without clues, or I can give you clues.
You know very well it's going to be a clue. It's short.
All right, your clues are: one of these teams lost to the Steelers in the Super Bowl. Green Bay Packers, New York Giants, Minnesota Vikings. Dallas Cowboys.
Choices one more time, please.
Yes, Green Bay Packers, New York Giants, Minnesota Vikings, Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
What do you say, Rick?
Yes, you is, if he doesn't know it.
I think I know. It's a painful memory.
And the team that won was which one?
The team that won was the Steelers. Steelers and Terry Bradshaw defeated one of those four teams: the Packers, the Giants, the Vikings, the Cowboys.
I really don't know. I didn't pay attention to the sports at that time. But I'm going to just take a wild guess and say Green Bay.
Green Bay. Anybody else? Let's go to BHG. Dallas Cowboys. Anybody else? FMW. What'd you say? I'm sorry, Bob? I think it is the Vikings. It is the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay. Well, I told you it was going to be a wild.
Yeah, it was.
Like I say, you know me in sports. I don't do them. All right. Congratulations.
Yeah, Bob's taking over. Bob, get right on that mic because I really don't have a good copy on you. Let's see if you can continue on. And we've actually got to change categories because we're out of questions. So we're going to television. 1960s television. Listen to this. During the 1960s, network television featured several Western series and led the Nielsen television ratings for 6 of the 10 seasons of the decade. What popular television series that was a Western never ended a television season as a #1 rated show? So of these 4 shows, which one never ended #1? Choices: Gunsmoke, Bonanza, Rawhide, Wagon Train. FMW, Bob, you got the first shot at it. What do you say? I need a relay.
Said Gunsmoke.
Gunsmoke. Okay, that's going to be incorrect. Anybody else?
Delta.
Delta.
Wagon Train?
Wagon Train, maybe. Anybody else?
Charlie Pop?
Charlie Fox. Charlie whatever.
Let's go with Bonanza.
All right, let's see which one it is. It is Rawhide. So it's a foul ball. Bob, you're still up to bat. Amazingly. Okay, here we go. What series, Bob, included in its cast members the characters Roy Hinckley, Eunice Howell, and Jonas Grumby? We've had this before. And it's a daily double if you get it without clues. Roy Hinckley, Eunice Howell. Howell is an important name there. And Jonas Grumby. What show would that have been? I can give you clues if you want. Hold on. This is for FMW. Bob, what do you say? I've lost Bob. Anybody with a relay? All right, Bob, I'm sorry. We're just not copying you tonight, so we're going to open this up to anybody for 2 points that might know what show that was.
Alpha Echo.
Alpha Echo.
Yeah, Greatest American Hero.
Greatest American Hero. Not a choice. Anybody else? One more. Anybody else out there?
J-O-N.
J-O-N. Hold on. There's a new player. Who's a new player? YUB. I was wanting to get you on tonight, Cliff. What do you say, Cliff?
I think Gilligan's Island.
Ding, ding, ding. Gilligan's Island is a 2-pointer. And here comes Cliff, who I have been threatening to get into trivia. Cliff, you don't have a really big signal, so you end up getting covered up by some of the bigger guys. But it's good to have you back on. How are you doing tonight?
Just fine.
All right, here's your second question. You're on a roll because you started with 2 points. Here's your third question. What variety show of the 60s has the distinction of having the shortest run on network television? And I'm going to give you choices because I don't think you can get this for a two-pointer. So one of these had the shortest run on network television. A, The Entertainers. Repeating, The Entertainers. B, The Beautiful Phyllis Diller Show. Repeating, The Beautiful Phyllis Diller Show. C, The Dean Martin Show. Or D, the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour. What do you say, Cliff, for number 3? Smothers Brothers. Anybody else?
Disagree.
Disagree. That is, I believe that's my good friend Danny.
Yes, I disagree because the Smothers Brothers was on for a while, and I remember watching it. Almost, if you permit me a guess, I think it's the Phyllis Diller thing.
All right, Phyllis Diller, says Danny. Let's get Grand Slam Pam.
That's what I'm going to say, too, with Phyllis Diller.
All right, I think it's The Entertainers, so let's see which one it is. It is The Beautiful Phyllis Diller Show. And that means, Danny, you're taking over. Good evening, my friend. How you doing, Danny?
Oh, I apologize. Let me turn this other thing down. N4ZEP, doing pretty good, Pete.
All right, N4ZEP, who is really as close as you can come as a professional trivia player, because, I mean, don't you go out and compete in church tournaments and things like that, Danny?
Yes, the moose lodge and things like that. To be fair, I've always re-donated the cash prize, or we as the team, we've always re-donated the cash prize.
Well, so then you would be technically still eligible for the Olympic trivia team, then, correct?
Well, that's right. By doing that, I think I've retained my amateur status.
Well done. Let's go for number 2. And this is a daily double. So you get this, and you get 2 points. Western film action star Alan Lane made the transition from movies to a weekly television series in the 1960s. And co-starred in a show with a performer by the name of Bamboo Harvester. What show were they on together? This is a daily double. This is for Danny. And you get 2 points without clues, or 1 point if I give you clues.
Repeat the name, Alan Lane?
Alan Lane was a Western guy, but then he made the transition to a weekly TV series in the 1960s. And he performed alongside a performer named Bamboo Harvester. And I can also give you a clue. Bamboo Harvester was not a human.
Yeah, you might. I hate to say this. You might. I was almost thinking you were meant to say Alan Ladd. But, okay, you better give me clues on this, because Bamboo Harvester I've heard of.
All right, Bamboo Harvester was in one of these shows, and you're going to kick yourself because you could add 2 easy points. Cimarron Strip. Car 54, Where Are You? Car 54, Where Are You? Urban Street Beat. Or Mr. Ed. Repeating, Mr. Ed. What do you say, Danny, for number 2?
Oh, geez, that's because we're there. Well, I know it's not Mr. Ed, because we're talking about Alan Young. I think Cimarron Strip.
Well, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I want to check something.
NQS would be as a Miller.
Yeah, I think there may be... Hold on a second here. I think there's a mistake in the question, actually. Hold on a second. I think it is. I think they're meaning to say Alan Young.
Yeah, well, Alan Young was in Mr. Ed, so the actor was Alan Young, then yeah, I'll go with Mr. Ed.
Yeah, it's got to be, because Bamboo Harvester is Mr. Ed's real name, and that is correct. That's a mistake in the question, so I'm glad we caught that. I thought that looked a little weird. Yeah, it's Alan Young. Okay, Danny, that's going to be number 2 for you. Probably could have been a 2-pointer, but sorry. Here we go, number 3. Here's a daily double. Daily double. What situation comedy series in the 60s won the Primetime Entertainment Award for 4 consecutive years in the 1960s? This is KE5GGY. Do you want the daily double, Danny, or do you want clues?
You better give me clues.
Clues are as follows: The Lucy Show, The Dick Van Dyke Show, The Beverly Hillbillies, or Bewitched.
Well, I gotta say, I'm right off the top of my head, I'm saying Lucy Show.
I think you got to say Lucy. Anybody disagree? And anybody disagree? Because that is not the right answer.
Okay. MQS.
MQS, what do you say? MQS. All right, we'll call it a foul ball. It is the Dick Van Dyke Show. So, Danny, amazingly, you're still up to bat. And here we go with another daily double. You can get all the way to 4 points if you get this without clues. January 13th, 1967, ABC TV premieres a comedy western series, Rango, about an inept, bumbling Texas Ranger. Who starred in the title role of Rango for 2 points?
Oh, I know the show. I hate to do this, but I'm almost going to have to scrap the points and ask for clues if they're available.
They are available for 1 point. Tell us, was the star of Rango Tim Conway, John Aston, Jerry Van Dyke, or Larry Storch? All funny guys. Which one was it?
Rango, daggone it. I remember the show. I almost want to say Jerry Van Dyke.
Jerry Van Dyke. Anybody disagree?
Probably KEW.
KEW, yes, he was. Let's see. I would say Conway, but let's see which one it is. It is Conway, so that's a foul ball again. Let's keep going. Here's another daily double. Oh, my goodness. These are really good questions about 60s television. Following in the footsteps of his older brother, Clint Howard, little brother of Ronnie Howard, appeared in several episodes of The Andy Griffith Show. Clint Howard starred in his own 60s television series, Daily Double. What was the name of the series? Daily Double, 2 points without clues, 1 point with clues.
Oh, God. I remember him as Andy Griffith because he was Leon. He always wore the cowboy outfit and offered everybody a bite of his peanut butter sandwich. I got to have clues, Pete. I'm going to have to give it up. I know who you're talking about. I got to have clues.
Yep, Clint Howard was in one of these shows. Clint Howard, little brother of Ronnie Howard, was in either A, Please Don't Eat the Daisies, repeating, Don't Eat the Daisies, B, Flipper, repeating, Flipper, C, Gentle Ben, this show about the bear, right, Gentle Ben, or Family Affair. Which one do you want, Danny?
Oh, geez. Well, I know he wasn't in Family Affair. And I'm sure he wasn't in Flipper. They call him Flipper. I want to say Gentle Ben.
I think Gentle Ben's going to be correct. That is correct. For number 3, Danny, you're toughing it out here. That was only on for 2 seasons. And here you go. Daily double. Daily double again. You can have it all. You can make it to 5 points. Danny, with an answer to this question, what weekly television variety series was associated with American Scene Magazine? What weekly TV variety series associated with American Scene Magazine? Daily double if you can tough it out without choices, or I can give you choices for 1 point.
Well, I was a kid. American Scene. You're going to have to give me choices. I'll have to keep the point and ask for choices.
Okay, choices are The Ed Sullivan Show, The Jackie Gleason Show, The Red Skelton Show, The Carol Burnett Show.
American American scene. American scene. You know, I might be way wrong, and I know other people are going to say I'm way wrong, but I almost want to think Carol Burnett.
All right, Carol Burnett is his answer. Any barbarians? We'll take 2 barbarians to want to challenge. MQS. Red Skelton. Anybody else? One more.
ORI.
ORI, Tom.
I'll go with Jackie Gleason.
All right, my guess is Ed Sullivan. Let's see who gets it. It was Jackie Gleason. Who had Jackie Gleason?
ORI.
ORI, you're up to bat.
Gleason was my second choice. He was my dad's favorite.
All right. Hey, Tom, hold on. Give me a minute. I got to go run into the kitchen and do one thing, and I'll be right back. Will you hold on, Tom? Tom, why don't you tell everybody your life story in about 30 seconds? I'll be right back.
Okay, in the beginning of time. Anyway, good to hear everybody out there tonight.
And for ZDP, I swear Gleason was my second choice. My dad was a big Jackie Gleason fan. He even looked like Jackie Gleason, I swear.
Yeah, Jackie Gleason was friends with Nixon, I think.
Yeah, Jackie Gleason, he was sure popular, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I remember the old Jackie Gleason show, and one of my dad's favorite singers besides Eddie Arnold was Frankie Fontaine, elsewise known as Crazy Guggenheim. Yep, I watch the Jackie Gleason show every Sunday night at 11 o'clock. Yep. He'd come out there and introduce everybody because they'd always have a honeymooner skit. And he'd say, King, Art Carney and Sammy Spears and his orchestra.
What's that all about?
We were talking about Jackie Gleason, AI5DD.
All right, Tom, you ready?
Good to go.
All right, Tom, you got 1 point. Let's see if you can make it all the way to 5. Actually, ding, ding, ding. You know what we're going to do? We're going to just convert you right over to the Grand Slam. Are you ready to be a champion, Tom?
Oh, sure. We'll give it a try.
All right. This is KE5GGY. Ding, 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 ding. It is the Grand Slam. Tom's going to be first up to bat. I do need to check, though, and make sure we acknowledge anybody with a rain check out there from previous nights. Who's out there with a rain check?
Yeah, you had one from last night there, Pete. I don't remember what his call sign was, but you had one from last night.
All right. Thank you, Jimmy. Anybody out there with a rain check?
He was the guy with the deep voice. Remember that? The O guy, the zero guy.
The guy with a deep voice. Well, maybe he'll come back in. You suppose, Joe?
He was on earlier.
All right. The guy with the deep voice. Are you out there? All right. Nothing heard. With a high voice. Hey, Tom, let's keep going. You get to pick the category because we're moving into the Grand Slam. Art, science, entertainment, history, a grab bag, or geography. What's it going to be?
Let's do geography.
Geography. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes Tom. And your second question, in what time zone is the state of Nevada located? What is it, Tom, for number 2?
It is the Pacific time zone.
Pacific is correct for number 2. Number 3. Which desert is the driest on Earth? Tom, what desert is the driest on Earth? Tom, what do you say?
We had that the other night, a week or so ago. I believe it's the Gobi Desert.
Okay, you said Gobi, is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, that is not what I get. Let's see what Alan says. At Tacoma, Alan's paying attention. So sorry, Tom, you just got knifed in the back. But, hey, Alan's a good guy.
That's fine with me. Take care.
All right. Here we go. Here comes Alan, sometimes known as... Was it Carl, or what do I call you most of the time? Carl? Yeah, good to hear you tonight, Alan. Let's keep going. Here's a number 2 question for you. What is the highest waterfall in the world? Highest waterfall. Alan? Say that again? I think it is Angel Falls. That is correct for number 2. Way to go, Alan. You're off to a good start. And here is a third question. This is where we start to get a little tougher. Here you go, Alan. The province of Saskatchewan shares its southern border with what 2 states? The province of Saskatchewan shares its border with what 2 U.S. states? Alan for number 3. What do you say, Alan? Okay. Alan says Minnesota and North Dakota, and that is not the answer I get. Anybody else want to try?
FMW.
FMW, go ahead.
That'd be Montana and North Dakota.
Montana, North Dakota. Bob, is that you again?
Yeah.
What'd you do to your signal? I can hear you.
Well, finally got my camp working cooperation.
Well, it's helping you out, so you're back in. And, George, I did hear you, but Bob was first, so let's go with Robert. Bob, FMW. Where are you at, by the way, Bob?
Springfield, Illinois.
Springfield, Illinois. Well, it's good to have you back on Trivia. It's been a while since you've been on the air. How long has it been since you've been in here regularly?
Probably 2 years.
Yeah, a couple of years. But you were a regular at one point. I know you were a regular on the freewheelers, too, weren't you?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I'm ready to get back on it.
All right, here's your second question. Not going to be easy on you tonight, Bob. I'm sorry to break you in so tough here, but here's your second question. What U.S. president on Mount Rushmore has a mustache? What U.S. president on Mount Rushmore has a mustache? What do you say, Tom or Robert?
Teddy Roosevelt.
Roosevelt, he says. That is correct. Yeah, Teddy. Number 3. The renowned St. Paul's Cathedral is in what European city? The renowned St. Paul's Cathedral. What European city? What is it, Bob?
I don't have a clue.
Well, pick a European city and let's see if you make it.
Paris.
He says Paris for St. Paul's. Anybody want to challenge?
All right.
KE5GGY, George.
Well, some people think this is in Europe. I'm going to say London, over.
Okay, George says London, and anybody else?
Oh, all right.
You're Oscar.
Vatican?
Vatican. That'd be St. Peter's, I think, isn't it? It's George, you're right. It is London. And ladies and gentlemen, here comes WB5GXW with your second question, George. Stockholm is located along what sea? Stockholm is located along what sea? Over.
Oh, man. The North Sea.
Okay, George says North Sea. 2 barbarians get a chance. And foul ball, it's the Baltic Sea. I always miss that one, too. George for number 2 again. George for number 2. All right, here is, okay, yeah, what is the oldest operating amusement park in the U.S.? You probably have a leg up on this, too, just kind of knowing you and where you grew up. What is the oldest operating amusement park in the U.S., George, for number 2?
Coney Island, I've been there.
I was going to say Coney Island, too. Interesting. That's not what I get. Nobody's going to get this. Anybody with the answer?
Delta, Delta.
George.
I'm sorry, George?
I do have a second choice.
What is your second?
Palisades Amusement Park.
And what state is that in?
New Jersey.
Okay, that's not what I get. Any barbarians?
Delta, Delta.
Joe.
Worlds of Fun.
Okay, that's not it. And one more. The answer I get is weird. I've never heard. I thought it was Coney Island as well. The answer I get is Lake Compounce Amusement Park in Connecticut. Have you ever heard of that, George?
No. There's not much up in Connecticut, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's totally surprising. All right, well, we're still working on number 2. George is here. Let's see if we can get to number 2. In what country, George, was the Rosetta Stone found in? Over?
Egypt.
He says Egypt. That's correct for number 2. Good job. Number 3. Where was wind surfing invented? For number 3, George, where was wind surfing invented? Over?
Where? Like where? What country? What ocean? Get some answers and clues, but you didn't do. I'm tempted to say on the coast, some coast. Sounds like California thing, over.
Yeah, we'll give you, if you got the right state, we'll give it to you. Anybody else want to weigh in before I hit on it? Let's go to Robert.
That'd be California.
Yeah, that's what George is saying. Let's see what it is. Well, George, I'm going to give it to you. It's USA, so we're going to give you that. That's number 3. Kind of a lame question. Okay, number 4. What city named its airport? This is for a Grand Slam, guys. George, what city named its airport after John Lennon? What city would that be, George, for a Grand Slam?
Well, I bet it's Liverpool.
Liverpool, he says. 2 barbarians. Anybody?
I agree. Liverpool.
I agree, too.
Oh, is correct. We got a Grand Slam winner. Let's give George a high five. Way to go, George. Way to go, George.
Hey, St. George.
George, WW5LW. Awesome job, George.
Awesome.
Well, thank you, folks. Thank you for the foul balls. That always helps out. And some of that was a lot over.
Yeah, good job. Good job. Many Grand Slams for that guy. So let's keep going. Got time for one more. And we're going to go to the entertainment category. Let's get somebody who has not been on tonight. Somebody not been on so far tonight. What is the name of Roy Rogers' horse?
GL?
Pam?
That would be Trigger.
Trigger is correct. Grand Slam, Pam. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. That's probably like the only question I'm going to get right.
Oh, I'm feeling good about tonight, Pam. I feel it in my bones. Okay, here we go. Number 2. Number 2. Here we go. What was Tom Cruise's character's call sign in Top Gun? So what was he called in the Top Gun movie series? His call sign is Handle.
Maverick.
Maverick is correct for number 2. Number 3. What is the name of the Die Hard character played by Alan Rickman? So Die Hard, this is the original Die Hard, I believe. Alan Rickman of Harry Potter fame later on was a star in this first film, but what was his character's name? Grand Slam, Pam. This is for number 3.
Okay, hold on. We're thinking. We're rubbing eyes, we're rubbing noses, we're beating heads. We're thinking.
Google.
Think. Oh, geez. I don't know. I know it was a snake. Geez, I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. I'm not a diehard fan. Rick's watched it more than I have, and he's drawn a blank too. I don't know. I don't know. Santa Claus.
Okay, well, the judges are going to give you the first name. First name was Hans. And if that will help you with the last name. What was the last name of Hans, the bad guy in the first Die Hard?
Hans Gruber?
Gruber is correct. And guys, don't yell it out because that'll disqualify the question. But Pam didn't hear whoever that was. So that's number 3, Pam. You're doing great.
I hope so. Maybe I get the fourth one and I either catch up with Rick or I get ahead of him. I don't know what the score is.
There you go. Was that Ted out there? Is that you, Ted? It was Ted. Quit yelling the answer, Ted. You know better. I know when Ted's listening. All right, here we go. Are you ready, Pam? This is going to be your Grand Slam question. We're going to make you work for it. Are you limbered up? You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to start with my head again.
All right, guys, give Grand Slam Pam the runway to answer this. That way she can earn her Grand Slam legitimately and not have a, some kind of technicality. So here you go, Pam. Give us the answer to this question for a Grand Slam. When he was not fighting crime, what did Underdog do for a living? And guys, let Pam answer first, please. Pam, when he was not fighting crime, what was the occupation of Underdog? Pam, your answer for a Grand Slam.
I think he was a reporter.
A reporter. Are you? Now let's make sure you're sure of that. Hold on.
What were you saying?
I want to make sure you're sure of this.
I don't know. That's the only thing that I can think of. I think he worked for a newspaper or a magazine or something like that.
Oh, no.
Delta knows.
Oh, no. Anybody with the answer?
AI5DD, wasn't he a plumber?
Hold on. Let me call on you for the answer, guys. That's the way we do it. Alpha Echo, go ahead.
Yeah, if I recall, he was a shoe shine boy.
Shoe Shine Boy is correct. Alpha Echo, can you come back tomorrow night and kick us off? Will that be okay, David?
Yes, sir. I certainly can.
All right, and Grand Slam Pam, I just have one thing to say to you. Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, well, that shows you how long ago I watched Saturday morning cartoon.
I wouldn't have known it either, Pam. And David, I'm impressed. Alpha Echo, you got a rain check tomorrow night. Thank you guys for playing tonight. It's always fun here on 3916, and we'll be back again tomorrow night. Same bat time, same bat channel, KE5GGY.
Hey, good one tonight, AI5DD.
Thank you, Pete. Thank you for playing, and get ready for the lightning round. All right, we got to get... Hey, there's Jimmy. Hey, we're going to get everybody on with a lightning round check-in. Let's get this thing going. A PJG out there. And by the way, if you're on NetLogger, you're good to go. We'll get you checked in. Who is not on NetLogger and wants to get in for a last-minute check-in?
Whiskey 5, Sierra Lima Sierra.
Echo, X-ray, CWC. Echo Romeo X-ray.
We got all great check-ins. PJZ, Foxtrot Oscar, SLS, ORI, TXW, CWT, Alpha Echo, RSA, ERX. Anybody else? FNW, MQS. Anybody else? YUV, Cliff. Anybody else? Let's get this list starting with the peanut butter jelly gal. She uses her mom voice occasionally with me. Go ahead, Sylvia.
I just used it on the end, like one of the guys was selling big old Whoppers. Not kidding, I think it was. But anyway, it was all fun. Honest, I'm not really here to monitor anybody. So, I've not been finding a whole lot of traffic on 10 meters on single sideband. But Phil was talking to everybody east of the Atlantic Ocean today, including some cool islands, Balearic Islands. The operator had a Spanish call, EA5 something. And he talked to Sweden and Bulgaria and I saw the list. I don't remember the rest of them. Anyway, so 10 meters was really awesome. Essentially, it's word CW. This is KE5GGY.
That is very cool, Sylvia. Thanks for the update. And you sound great tonight, about 10 over here in Dallas. Let's keep going. Foxtrot Oscar, long time no hear.
Yeah, good evening, Pete. This is Doug over here in Fort Worth. You are not too much into my back door. Run 100 watts on a new Kenwood TS 2000, the new old Kenwood TS 2000 that I picked up today. Just thought I'd check in and enjoy the trivia, and thanks a lot, and we'll see you probably tomorrow night, W5FO.
All right, good deal, Doug. Yeah, you sound good on that thing. You're about 20 over. Of course, we're not that far apart. Well, you're sounding good. Thanks for the check-in. W5SLS, San Antone. What's going on, Scott?
Hey, good evening, Pete. Yeah, not much going on here. Just wanted to hop in there and say howdy as usual. And we sounded good down this way, Pete. We'll turn it back over to you, W5SLS, San Antonio.
W5SLS, 20 over, sounding good. Let's keep it rolling. ORI, Tom, East Texas. What's shaking?
Good evening, Pete. Thanks for handling trivia tonight, as always. You're doing a great job. And, yeah, one of these days I'll make it through the whole list there. You take care. Back to you, WA0ORI.
All right, 30 over for you, Tom. Sounding good as we continue. WB5TXW, George, Austin, Texas.
Okay, all around the net from WB5TXW. I just hope everybody's doing well. Another cloudy, cool day here in Austin. Until we talk again, WB5TXW back to that.
Okay, 30 over for you there, George. Sounding good. The band is nice tonight. Let's go to East Texas, CWT. That is Dave.
Hey, Pete, good evening to you, and good evening to the net, man. You are 40 over tonight. You are booming in here in the East Texas. Share a quick story today. It was an interesting day. Wound up my 13-year-old son, the youngest of my 4 kids, wanting to ask his crush girlfriend out to the dance, the 8th grade Valentine's dance, and the girl insisted he go ask her father's permission first. So I drove him by this afternoon to go have a sit-down with the father and the manager of a store. He was all nervous. I thought he was going to barf right there in his seat, lose his lunch, but he make it, and now it looks like he's got a date for the dance. So anyway, it turned out to be a good day overall. Send it back to you. Have a good evening. Good thanks for the trivia tonight as well. W5CWT.
You know, stories like that give me hope for the generation coming up. That's great to hear, and that's pretty impressive. That's really cool. 20 over tonight from East Texas. Let's go to Dave at Alpha Echo. How you doing, Dave?
Oh, doing pretty good. I was going through my Falcon, and I found a couple of 45 RPM records, or 3 of them. One of them was the Old Brown Shoe on the Apple label, and then I found 45 with Ray and the Cufflinks, and one of them by the Ames Brothers case, 9AE.
Wow, that's going back a few years. 30 over there, Dave. Sounding good. Thanks for the check-in. North to Nebraska. Haven't heard from this troublemaker in a while. KD0RSA Mojo.
KD0RSA. He's up here in Nebraska. Oh, Pete. You're coming up here 25 over 9, and you're doing quite well. As usual, I don't have much to say. We were just, the wife and I were just sat there listening to trivia, and I only got one question right, so we sure wouldn't do any good on that. So, but I'll turn her back to you, Pete. KD0RSA, thanks for hollering at me. Over.
Very good, Mo. Well, you're 20 over, so you get a great signal from Nebraska coming down to Texas. Thanks for checking in. Next up, W5ERX Wade.
Hey, how's it going, Pete? Hope you're doing well tonight. Thanks again for doing the trivia. For 5-9 plus 20 as usual in Kyle, Texas, and hope everybody's having a great night. 7-3, W5ERX.
You're 20 over as well, Wade. Thanks for the check-in. Next up on the lightning round, Robert, Illinois, KB9FMW.
Yeah, Pete, KB9FMW here. My three-wheeler number is 17025. And I sure enjoyed tonight, and hope to get
back in here more often. 7389 FNW.
Yeah, 10 over Dallas. Good to have you back on, Robert. Really fun to hear an old friend come back in. That's what it's all about. And let's keep going. KC0MQS, Jimmy.
Yeah, I didn't know whether you heard me or not there, Pete. KC0 top evening is FNW out there. Good to hear him back here, Pete. I could barely hear him before now. I got a whole house full of them, but Pete was over there, Bob. Very good, buddy. Good top evening, everybody in the tailgate. Nice to see you, Pete.
Okay, sounded good, Jimmy. You're 5'9" plus about 5, and yeah, it is good to hear an old friend come back, isn't it? One more, and then we're going to the net logger. Let's get Cliff, though. YUV. Hey, Cliff, come on in here.
Hey, good evening, Pete. You're doing a good job. Good conditions tonight. You're coming in. The fun day. Very reasonable. Glad things are working so well. And also glad I got in on time. I love the second one. Anyway, had a good night, and back to you.
Very good, Cliff. KB0YUV 5'9" plus 5 tonight, and good to get you into trivia. We'll do that again tomorrow night. This is KE5GGY. Let's go to the net logger list. We are dedicating the nets this week to W5TLJ Silent Key. Terry Johnson passed away on January 8th. Terry from Bangs, Texas, a regular check-in here on the early nets, especially on the tailgaters. But we're paying respects and remembering Terry all week. So W5TLJ 73, KE5GGY, and all this on 3916. All right, AA5 Victor, Richard, Coppers Cove, and let's see, AI5DL, Grand Slam Pam. So Rick and Pam, hello.
Hey, good evening to you, Pete, and everybody else on that. Hope everybody's doing well. Well, there's not a whole lot going on. Just got supplies for continuing my project, and that's really about it. It's cool, but nice day. It wasn't too bad. So that's all I got. Anyway, we'll see you around on the net. This should be here tomorrow night. So this is Alpha 5 Victor, by the way, Pete. You're doing this about 20 over. Anyway, so this is Alpha 5 Victor. I'll be passing the hat.
Well, hey, this is AI5DL. I guess I need to go back to my chapter in the cartoon to remember what the heck come up to for a living with me. I'm a little sure ego. So anyway, this is AI5DL.
All right, 20 over, Pam. Yeah, I wouldn't have had that one either. I do remember Polly Purebred, but I sure as heck didn't remember he was a shoe shine boy. So nice try. Let's keep going. AI5DD. Hello, Super Joe.
Hey, Pete, KE5GGY, AI5DD. Yeah, it was a good night tonight. Not a lot of noise, but then not a lot of activity either with the usual suspects that get on. So, it's Friday, and I'm enjoying getting ready to enjoy the weekend. Anyway, I don't want to hold it too long. So, you're 20 over here, and I'll see you all tomorrow. KE5GGY, AI5DD 73.
Very good, Joe. 20 over from Stillwater down to Big D. Sounding good tonight. Let's keep going. Number 6 on that logger is Ed in Norman, KC5ABJ. Hello, Ed.
Thanks, Pete. Hey, hello, everyone from Norman, Oklahoma. Hope everybody has a great weekend. And thank you, Pete, for running the net. I just want to say, solid job on trying to get some new players in here. I think that's absolutely great because I see a lot of folks on net logger that I don't know they ever answer questions. So hopefully we get more people involved. Again, thanks, Pete. That's KC5ABJ.
Yeah, we're trying, not always successful, but we'll give it our best shot. Thank you, Ed. You're 10 over and sounding good. As we progress, this is KE5GGY. Next up to station number 8, KE7 India Romeo. That is Patty in Arizona. Hello, Patty. Good evening.
For my little granddaughter today, and going to get the babysit for her, and believe it or not, her nephew, that's a long story we'll talk about later, who's only 5 months younger than she is tomorrow, so I don't think I'll be on the air tomorrow night or Sunday, but perhaps I'll be back on Monday if I don't
this lifeline thing's interesting. I think I heard Sylvia's approval of it too. We'll break that in. That's not a bad idea, and we need to get you guys on more. We'll work on that. What do you think, Sylvia?
Roger, her ideas are great.
Yeah. Well, interesting idea. And we'll break it in next time you're on, Patty. We'll figure that out. And you're 10 over tonight. Let's keep going. Number 9, Worldwide Clyde, KR4DX. Number 10, John on the Farm, Whitney, Texas, WW5LW.
KE5GGY, WW5LW. Well, we had a long day today, Pete. Got up real early this morning and drove out to San Angelo. Picked up that receiver that Bob was telling me about yesterday. Got that thing picked up, and of course it didn't work, but anyway, he did have a receiver over at the community center, NC125. I did pick that thing up, got to listen to it a little bit tonight. I spent about 45 minutes working on the HRO60, and I now have it working. I'm sorry, Bob, I really am, but it's up and going. I posted a video on the Facebook page, so anybody wants to see it. I don't know if Bob's got internet. I think he does over at the community center. Anyway, so I got pictures posted of what I picked up today, and I had a long day. I'm tired. I didn't even try to cash in my go around for the lightning round, Pete, or whatever it's called. Anyway, back to net. Whiskey 5, Lima Whiskey 73.
Okay, that was you then with the rain check. Well, we can catch it tomorrow night, John, and sounds like you had a busy day. 40 over tonight into Denton, Texas. Let's keep going. K5RBI, Richard. Yeah, he's early to bed usually. NU0 Oscar, Mike, Kansas City.
Good evening, Pete and Nat. Had a pleasant day up here today. I'm getting ready for the rain tomorrow, but it's winter in Kansas. Nice strong signal up here. There for a little bit. You were tipping about 40 over. NU0.
Yep, you're about 25 over tonight. Thank you, Mike, for being out there. Number 20 from New Orleans, KF5UTM. Hello, Jack.
All right, Pete. Not much going on. Got kind of an overcast day. Spent most of the day out and about, just riding around a little bit. But anyway, that's about it. KF5UTM.
All right, a strong 25 over for you, Jack. Thank you for checking in. Up to T-Town, Tulsa, David, W5 Victor Lima. Hey, David. Let's keep going. Number 26, Colorado. It's Mike, WF0M. Hello, Michael. And let's keep trying. Number 28, W5COE. Hello, James and Colleen.
Hello, Pete. Sounding good tonight. I just wanted to make a statement about the guy that was talking about 10 meters a minute ago. I don't know, remember what his call sign was, but 10 meters have really been working lately, and one thing I was proud of the other day, my old Mosley was working really good for me. I worked a guy in Spain on 10 meters with on AM with 25 watts. So my old Mosley antenna was doing its job. Whiskey 5, Charlie Oscar Echo. You're about 30 over, Pete.
Yeah, same for you there, James. And that's an amazing story. Yeah, 10 meters. I've been hearing the stories. I got to try it out one of these days. Thanks for checking in. Next up, Sherman, KF5DQ, James.
Oh, yeah, real fine there. Yeah, definitely 10 meters is hot. A good old day, say, 20 years ago. 10 is really good. Good tickets last weekend. And fine seeing everybody good tonight. And also there's one story that caught my attention there a few minutes ago over there in East Texas with the flow control on the date. Now that is definitely cool. I really thumbs up to that one too. Anyway, we'll have more there. You're about 25 over this week. KF5DQ, Southern Texas.
All right, very good, James. You're 25 over. Sounding good. Let's get a couple more, and then we're going to the freewheelers. Number 30, KD2EMQ. Okie dokie, New York. Come on in, Tom. How you doing? Okie dokie.
Okie dokie there, Pete. You and the rest of the elevators there. Nothing much going on there. It was miserable today. Cloudy, rainy. Wasn't the day you wanted to be outside. I did some cleaning. It's more humans writing on the computer. Anyway, thanks a lot for picking me up. We always appreciate it. We're very grateful to all you guys down there. And with that, KE5GGY, we'll launch it right on back to this.
KE5GGY, nice signal into Dallas tonight, about 10 over, Tom. Thank you for the check-in. One more, then it's freewheeler time. KE5GGY, that's Tom in Round Rock. Hey, Tom. And we'll say 7-3 to Tom in Round Rock. Thank you to everybody who checked in tonight. We get started at 7 o'clock Central. Ag Shoe Crew kicks off at 7, 8:30 Tailgaters. 9 o'clock Central, it's the Trivia Net. And here at 10 o'clock, actually 10:01, getting ready for the Freewheelers Net. Don't forget, we're on the internet, 3916nets.com. Click on that contact tab to become an official member of the net. Get your name and the birthday shout out and get a membership certificate suitable for framing. 3916nets, nets.com. We're also on Facebook. So if you're a Facebook person, simply get on Facebook, search for 3916 and hit join, and we'll get you into that group. Okay, we shut down the net logger every night at this time. That was because it's for the early nets. So if you were signed in early, you shut that down and then open it up because the freewheelers are on the air. Your net logger tonight is KD4BHG, James out of Alabama, and it says our net control is going to be Maddie, so let's try him first. AK4QM, South Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Matt.
All right, there. Thank you very much there.